Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for another episode of our FIFA 22 Manchester City Career Mode Season 3 we are in, and today we've got a few games as always. Burnley, which we will simulate, and then we'll play Leicester City, we will play Southampton, who are our bogey team on FIFA. If you've been on this channel for long enough, if you're not new, you know about Southampton. Me and Southampton don't seem to get on. Crystal Palace at home will play as well, the side City always tend to lose to, and then finally end the episode with Arsenal finishing December 2023, and the next episode will begin in January 2024, and our first game of the new season, or the new year anyway, will be against Manchester United on the 13th, away from home. So we are top of the Premier League table on 40 points, Arsenal and Liverpool behind us, Liverpool on 36 points and Arsenal on 34, Manchester United on 31, Chelsea on 30, they make up the top 5, and top goal scorer in the Premier League at the moment is Bruno Fernandes, 11, the same as Pulisic. Danny Ings has got 10 for Leeds, Belotti's also got 10, Rafa Mir 10 for Southampton, Vlahovic 10 for us, Isak's got 9, but our top goal scorer is Raheem Sterling with 10 in 14, and Grealish, Foden, Sterling, Cancelo, look at all those topping assists. We're having a real good season going forward. It's just the defence we need to improve on. We want to keep more clean sheets. And the first game is at home against Burnley, a game, like we said, we'll simulate. And it's a 3-1 win at home against Burnley. Goals come from Gabriel Jesus in the 42nd minute and in the 60th. They replied through Gao in the 76th, and Alexander Zinchenko finished the game off from left back on a 3-1 win at home. No clean sheet, but a 3-1 win, which we will take. Up next, we face the 9th place side in the Premier League table, Brendan Rodgers' Leicester City. Away from home, going to the King Power Stadium. Tough ground to go to, as most sides in the Premier League are. I'm not sure what their side's looking at the moment. They don't have anyone in the top goal scorers that suggest they're not really a side I'm too worried about defensively, but maybe they're quite solid defensively, and that's something we need to do to get at them, getting behind that defence. I wonder if Kasper Schmeichel's still in goal. We'll find out as soon as we get into this game. So this is the side for Leicester City today. We're still waiting on the sharpness of Diaz to come up, and of course Rodri, but Calvin Phillips is downwards in fitness, so we are going to put Rodri in there. So it's Edison in goal, Cancelo, Walker, Lacroix and Tierney in the back four. Back to that back four again, even without Diaz today. Walker's really solidified us in that position. Rodri, De Bruyne, Grealish and Foden in that attacking midfield. Though I am thinking, you know what, KDB is going to come out today. Ilkay Gundogan comes in for a more sort of defensive midfielder in there. I think that's too offensive with De Bruyne, Foden and Grealish, better against the smaller sides. And then our key man Raheem Sterling up top with Alexander Isak. On the bench, Vlahovic, Jesus and Kunku, De Bruyne, Stones and Diaz. So here at the King Power Stadium to face a good Leicester City side, down in 9th position, however, not quite the level you expect them to be, but it's going to be an interesting game. I've seen a couple of faces there. Of course, Frank Kessié has been signed. They're usually all over the place, Leicester City, playing midfields and defence and forwards in other positions, and I'm not sure why that is. The Leicester City squad is so unbalanced and so messed up. We'll have to see whether that is the same here today. So this is the odd Leicester City looking side. Fredrickson starts in goal. It's Sebastian Coates, Zakadu, Kessié and Nicolas Pepe at left back. Thiago Alcantara and Albright in the midfield too. Then it's Ndidi, Gnabry and Furlon Mendy in behind Zapata. Why is Mendy not left back and Pepe on the wing? Højbjerg, Daka, Max. No idea what is going on this Leicester City side. I think Brendan Rodgers has absolutely lost it. So City versus Leicester. It's live from the King Power Stadium. Here's Raheem Sterling. I'm actually expecting a big win today. As Isak lifts one over to Sterling, who takes it in his stride. Raheem Sterling, great strike in the right boot. Good save from Fredrickson. Within 2 minutes, we kick off really well. Here's Phil Foden. Look at Sterling making that run. What a run from Raheem Sterling. Sterling! Oh, it's just past the post from Raheem. Goes for power to the far corner. But 2 really good early chances for Sterling. Hasn't been able to finish them. I think he's gone for the right thing really on his weaker left foot. But it was a chance. At Pepe. Gundogan. Grealish. Into Sterling. Across the field. Foden with a hit. Good block. Foden back to Gundogan. Raheem Sterling. Grealish onto that stronger right foot, and it's just over the bar from Grealish. We should be 2 or 3-0 up here. Fredrickson there diving, scrambling to try and save that Grealish chance. Wide to Tierney. Tierney crosses one in. Second chance at it, Kieran Tierney, and it's cleared away by Leicester City. And Rodri back down into Grealish, and we go again. Gundogan. Foden. Isak. Gundogan with a chance, and 1-0 Manchester City. Alexander Isak with the assist. Little back heel. Just lay it through to Ilkay Gundogan, who is scoring goals again from the midfield. Started ahead of De Bruyne today. A bit more, solid. A bit more control than what De Bruyne would bring. Great play here. Lovely assist by Isak. And a bottom corner finish from the German Ilkay Gundogan. How many goals has this man got this season now, Gundogan? Because his goal scoring is not dropping off at all. He's 87-88 rated. He wants to be at City longer. I know his contract's up at the end of the season, the same as Kyle Walker. Can we afford to keep both in the squad? I'm not quite sure yet. That is third in 11 games this season. Not as many as last season. He scored 16, I think, in all competitions last season. I don't know if he'll hit that again, but he's doing a fantastic job, he's Gundogan, once more. Captain's armband on. Experienced player. Been at the club a very long time now. He knows everything that we're about. Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. Rodri in there. Gnabry takes it round him. Counter-attack Leicester City. Lacroix. Oh, mistake by the Frenchman. Zapata. Oh, great bit of recovery from Lacroix. Makes the initial mistake, but he got back and he worked hard for his side to nearly stop the Leicester attack completely, but they've still got a chance in. Wilfred Ndidi hits one over the bar. I thought that was about to be a screamer in the top corner. Luckily, it goes over the bar, but Lacroix, I thought he was a colossus last season. This season, I've not seen it from the Frenchman at all, really. Sterling. Here's Tierney. Into Grealish. What a pass that is. Handball on the line, referee. Saved off the line anyway. Foden on the left boot. Grealish back down. Foden again, and Jack Grealish is offside. And that blows the half-time whistle for the referee. Only 1-0 somehow. All over Leicester. Could be 4 or 5 up here, but it's Gundogan's goal that is the difference between us. Chance here, Zapata. Chance again for Leicester City. Straight away at the start of the second half, they come out a different side. The midfield not tight enough for Wilfred Ndidi. He's already hit one just over the bar. The second chance there that Ederson had to save. Across the edge of the box is Ndidi once more. Foden. Brilliant. Gundogan, referee. That's a late challenge in Ilkay Gundogan. The referee said, no, it was fair. Counter Leicester City. Ndidi. Wide to Coates. Tierney across to him. Good pressing. Really good pressing from us. Kessié. Isak nearly wins it. They've brought the midfield over that pass. And where's the defence going? Zapata could be in here. And Ederson off the line, the Brazilian, to pick it up. Any good foot in. Here's Jack Grealish. Manchester City on the counter. Grealish, what's his passing range like? That's a beautiful pass from Grealish. Here is Sterling. Oh, back to Isak. Grealish with a hit. Kessié with a block. Goalkeeper out to it, and somehow the goalkeeper still catches it. How did we fluff that chance? I don't know. Why to Kyle Walker? Into Diaz again. Foden. Grealish. Can't get the end of it because Foden plays a weak pass, and Zapata up against Rodri. A chance here. Zapata. And then to Gnabry with a shot, and in the 91st minute, Leicester City rescue a point. Serge Gnabry with a goal. That's a shocker from us. Given away by Phil Foden. And Leicester City go and score. Really, really frustrating. Really frustrating here. Tried to snap him with Grealish as well. Tierney's out of position as he usually is. Gnabry finishes it past Ederson. 3 points dropped. And 2 points dropped. There's a draw. That is full-time 1-1. Leicester's pretty much on his second chance of the game on target. Beats Ederson right at the death. That is a frustrating one to take. I'm not happy with the side after that one. I really am not. So a game of missed chances previously against Leicester City. We now welcome Southampton at home to the Etihad, who will come and park the bus. We need to do the opposite of Leicester City. We need to break them down and score the goals. That's not been our problem all season, but in the Leicester game it was. Even if we conceded that late goal at the end, if we'd scored our chances, it wouldn't have mattered, and we didn't score our chances. And it's worrying because that's the first time that's happened. And we're going to a game against Southampton today, making sure that does happen. Otherwise, with 2 point lead ahead of Liverpool now, that could be us, maybe a defeat or a draw, Liverpool going top of the Premier League table after 19 games. So this is the side for Southampton. We're going to take Rodri out for Phillips. Ederson starts single. It's Cancelo, Walker, Diaz and Zinchenko in the back four. Phillips, De Bruyne and Kunku and Grealish in the midfield. 3 Grealish in that Foden role. Foden at fault for the goal in the previous game. And then Sterling and Dusan Vlahovic up top. On the bench, Alexander Isak, Jesus, Gundogan, Rodri, Stones, Lacroix and Bazunu. I think Stones is a bit unhappy with his involvement at the moment, which is understandable. And so is Ruben Dias, who hasn't played for a while. We're getting back in there alongside Walker for what could be the first time that centre-back partnership. I am worried a bit about Stones not being happy or just content with his game time, but he will play when we can play him. So like we said before, Southampton welcomed to the Etihad Stadium today. A side that will come and sit back, will park the bus, and we're going to have to try and break them down. They're also historically a bogey side for me on any EA Sports or FIFA game. They always seem to beat me on FIFA 21, and they seem to be doing a pretty decent job in FIFA 22 as well. What is it with Southampton? I don't know, but let's hope we can, put to bed that curse today and get these 3 points to stay ahead of Liverpool in the Premier League table. So this is the Southampton side. Vlachodimos starts in goal. Victor Gomez, Bednarak, Helik and Sam McQueen is the back four. Villa, Juan Jordan, Golovin and Redmond in the midfield four. Then it's Rafa Mir, one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League this season, alongside Joaquin Correa up top. We've got Che Adams, Romeu on the bench, Diallo, Ramos as well. Not the Sergio Ramos though. So, Manchester City versus Southampton. It's live from the Etihad Stadium. Cancelo dives in. Redmond past him. A swing in from McQueen to the far post here, which no one seems to be marking. And he cracks the post. Does the right back, Gomez. And what is the defence doing there? The ball over top here. In a bit of trouble again. Straight away. Rafa Mir. Diaz, it's good to have you back. It's brilliant to have you back. It's not so good to have you back, is it? Headed wide by Jordan, but this is a shocking start for Manchester City. 2 chances for Southampton. We look weak at the back with our 2 best defenders in there. And Kunku, Vlahovic, Grealish. Vlahovic on the volley, and there Vlachodimos pushed it over the bar. The fullbacks, not having the best of the games. Oh, that's poor by Southampton. Here's Raheem Sterling. Brilliant from Sterling. Into Grealish. Grealish into Vlahovic with a chance. The Serb's not missing that one. Well, perhaps Vlahovic is going to be starting ahead of Alexander Isak this season, because at the moment he's in better form, especially in front of goal. Lifted to the far post by Jack Grealish after Sterling heavily involved there. Through the middle, Sterling just seems to be a completely different player from last season. Running at the defence, works it wide to Grealish. This is a wonderful cross into Dusan Vlahovic. He does crack the post on the way through, the base of the post, but it's a goal nevertheless. And Dusan Vlahovic gets goal number 11 of the season. Really nice hit. I mean, to have Vlahovic and Isak in the same side, we're very, very lucky, aren't we? 11 goals in 13 games for the Serb. 1-0 Manchester City. I'm sure Isak and Vlahovic can play together up top, and if anything ever happens to Raheem Sterling, an injury or anything, Gabriel Jesus obviously would be the ideal man to step in more of that mobile striker role. I'm sure Isak could play that role as well. Skips away from Diaz. Look at Ruben Dias. Brilliant again. Oh, Zinchenko with a shocker of a pass. Chance here for Southampton. Top bins. Is left back an issue now? We need to talk about left back, because Kieran Tierney's been shocking this season. And Zinchenko has been by no means any better. Rafa Mir scores for Southampton. Top corner. Great hit by Rafa Mir. But after a great bit of defending from Diaz, Zinchenko wins it back. Gives it straight to Rafa Mir. No clean sheet for Ederson. Again, nothing he can do about that strike. 12 goals in 19 games for Rafa Mir. And we're all level against Southampton again, due to a really, really poor mistake. Individual mistake that's let us down. And this time, it's Alexander Zinchenko. Counter Southampton. And that is half-time. Luckily for us, half-time we're going all level at 1-1. We cannot afford to keep dropping points, especially in this winter period. I know a lot of games are going on, but this is a crucial time to stay top of the Premier League table, especially going into the new year. Not the best of performances at all. Scraping our way to the top of the table, aren't we? Grealish, counter Manchester City. Go on, Sterling, run. Grealish will find you. Raheem Sterling. Great play from Sterling. Great play from Sterling. Oh, and then he just hasn't got that bit of zip in his step, has he, Raheem Sterling? He'll try and find Joao Cancelo. What a ball from Jack Grealish. Here is Cancelo. Looking for the cutback. Back into Vlahovic with a right-footed volley, and it's into the hands of Vlachodimos. Grealish. Into Cancelo. Across the box to Vlahovic again. What a save from Vlachodimos. Dusan Vlahovic has a chance here to get a hat-trick. Sterling comes off for Gabriel Jesus. And Diaz out of position now. And Villa. Away from Zinchenko. Towards that near post and across the box, and Calvin Phillips deals it well. Manchester City counter though. De Bruyne, Jesus. Isak. Grealish. What a ball. Walker. Into Jesus. Oh, what are we doing? Jesus makes completely the wrong run there. He's just got to go behind Kyle for the cutback. And that is the goal. Gabriel Jesus. Into Alexander Isak. Vlahovic. Jesus. Jesus. Vlahovic, somebody. Grealish. Oh, I passed it to Cancelo, it didn't pass it. Grealish back into Isak. Nods it behind him. Vlahovic with a volley, saved by Vlachodimos. Corner Manchester City. This is really our last chance now. Isak and Alexander Isak wants to be back in this first team ahead of Dusan Vlahovic, and he's just scored the winner. 94th minute, only 2 minutes added on. Southampton will not be happy with the decision to play the corner, but we do play it, and Kevin De Bruyne swings it in. Alexander Isak nods it into the back of the net, and we get the 3 points at home in a really hard fought game against Southampton. Isak rises, not marked by Bednarak, the captain, past Vlachodimos, the goalkeeper. And Alexander Isak, wonderful header from the corner. Wow. Late winner. Massively late winner. Hassan Hulton's got to be, really frustrated with his side. His 10th goal in 16 games for Alexander Isak. 2 on Manchester City. Last kick of the game, or last head of the game in Isak's case. Game over. Big win to show Liverpool and Arsenal we are still going. We might have had a little blip against Leicester City. Yes, it's been a hard fought today, in the game for Gashado's side, but we are still going. 2 more games left in this episode before the new year. We want to stay top for Christmas Day, because the side that is top usually wins the Premier League. Most of the time, I think the only team ever not to do it was Liverpool that one year, where City actually won it the year instead. We are going all the way this season in the Premier League once again under Gashado. Of course, the Champions League still in the back of our mind, but that's something to worry about in the new year. So only 2 days after that Southampton game, we now face Crystal Palace at home, and then 2 days after that one, we face Arsenal, who are right up with us in the Premier League table at home. Arsenal's a more important game than Crystal Palace, despite Palace always being difficult at home for us. We need to pick our side carefully, don't we, because we're going to have tired players after that Southampton game, and then the players are going to be tired for Arsenal. So we do need to rotate quite heavily, possibly in this Palace game, to have our strongest team going out against Arsenal. So this is the side for Palace today. Bazunu starts in goal today. One of his first Premier League fixtures, I think, appearances. Walker, Stones, De Jong and Tierney in the back 4. We've got Rodri, Gundogan and McAtee in the midfield 3. And Foden in behind Raheem Sterling. And late winner and top goal scorer in the last game, Alexander Isak. On the bench, Gabriel Jesus, Cole Palmer, Sarmiento, a little bit tired, Calvin Phillips, Diaz, Lacroix and Ederson. Cancelo and Zinchenko both miss out today due to fitness. The same for De Bruyne and Kunku, Grealish and Vlahovic, who will all have to be saved for that game in 2 days' time against Arsenal. So the snow falls here in Manchester as we approach Christmas time. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Historically, a tough fixture for City at home, especially in the Pep Guardiola days. City with 2 defeats against Crystal Palace at home, maybe three or even 4. Seem to always struggle in Patrick Vieira's Palace, as they are now. And today we're looking to do something different. I mean, we've struggled already in the first 2 games of today's episode, haven't we? Scraped a draw with Leicester City really at the end. Scraped a win against Southampton. Can we put in a proper performance today without a lot of key players? Put in a proper performance ready for that Arsenal game afterwards. And maybe if Isak impresses, he could start ahead of Vlahovic. I just don't think he will be sharp enough. And Raheem Sterling in the last 2 games, especially in today's episode, has just dropped off that little bit, hasn't he? So this is the Crystal Palace side. Aldmar starts in goal. It's Max Aarons, Jason Denayer, Guy and Sariano in the back 4. James McArthur, Joe Willock and Michael Elise in the midfield 3. And it's Raksakai, Laborde and Betrame up top. And Crystal Palace have already battered us once this season, haven't they? Max Aarons was class in that game, so was Betrame on the left-hand side. We can't afford to let that happen again today. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Raheem Sterling versus Raksakai on that left-hand side. We've got Aarons versus Walker, really. perhaps Max Aarons is the new Kyle Walker in the future. So like I said, Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. And it's live in the snow from the Etihad Stadium. And again, we're playing with a white ball. Thank you, EA Sports, for that one. Isak. Walker using the width of the fullbacks well here. Walker into Gundogan. Tries a little knock on. Raheem Sterling will find it. And Raheem Sterling, who I said dropped off in this episode in the past 2 games, gets his chance and gets his goal. 1-0 Manchester City. As easy as that for Sterling. We clip it in with Walker in towards Ilkay Gundogan. He's looking for a little flicked header back across into Sterling, which is where I want the ball to fall. It's Denier with a mistake. And Sterling with a finish, and City 1-0 up within, was it 5 minutes, I think? That's 11 goals for Raheem Sterling in the Premier League this season. And 1-0 we lead Crystal Palace already. Sterling looks for a cross in. Again, Palace get it away. And Gundogan, the captain, takes it down. Here's McAtee. Over to Tierney. What a ball. Tierney. Isak with a hit. Alexander Isak gets a goal for himself as well. 2-0 Manchester City. What a ball by James McAtee, by the way. Over the top to Kieran Tierney. Pulls it back to Alexander Isak, and he smashes one home. Easy does it for him. Great ball by McAtee. And this is a powerful hit from Isak, isn't it? I mean, that is nearly going through the back of the net, this one. I hit that with power. Aldermar's no chance near it. No chance to get near that one. 2-0 Manchester City. Chance to get our confidence back in today's game, it feels, against Palace. Here's Sterling. In behind to Alexander Isak. Isak's in there. Alexander Isak off the post. What a finish from Isak. 3-0 Manchester City. Another assist for Sterling with the outside of the boot. Plays the ball in behind to Isak. He's back firing again. And he got that important goal, all-important goal against Southampton. He's got another one here today. Tierney pulls it back to Sterling. Ball in behind Jason Denier, ex-Manchester City. He's like he's playing for Manchester City. And that's an incredible finish from Isak, isn't it? Incredible finish on his left foot. Across the goalkeeper, Aldemar. Posted in. 3-0. Patrick Vieira looks very frustrated with his side. Last time he saw them face Manchester City, I think they beat us, didn't they? I think they absolutely battered us, Crystal Palace, at Selhurst Park. Well, we're returning the favour here today. Holden Rodri. Into Foden. Sees the runner Raheem Sterling. Sterling. Gundogan. Oh, he should score, Ilkay Gundogan. Not enough power on that. And the Turkish goalkeeper got a cross to it. Cross in here, which Stones will attack. And John Stones does attack that. Raheem Sterling taking the corners now, I believe. And John Stones get a goals for himself. 4-0 Manchester City. Well, all the goals that we've been struggling to finish in the 2 games before this, we've hit today, haven't we? Crossing from Raheem Sterling on the corner. John Stones up for it. Really attacks this one well. No chance of the goalkeeper. I don't know what the fullback's doing there, or the centre-back. It's Guy, the ex-Chelsea centre-back. He's just rose above him, John Stones, with ease, hasn't he? Powered that header down. Down the middle of the goal. 28 minutes gone. 4-0 Manchester City. I've liked today's performance, with probably a weaker side as well. No De Bruyne, no Grealish. I'm surprised. Palace give it us back. I don't know what's up with them today. They're shocking. Isak. Sterling. Wide. Too wide, really. McAtee. Foden. Rodri. Isak. Pulling the challenges off. Walker. Into Foden. Down to Raheem Sterling. Oh, 5-0 Manchester City. That is brilliant football. That is absolutely brilliant football. And 5-0 we lead the side from London now. McAtee will take the number 21 next season. McAtee needs to be involved more than next season, hasn't he? He's just seamlessly fitted into this side here today. What a goal from Sterling. Foden just nods it down to Sterling. 5-0. Could be double figures against Palace here today. We've been that good. We really have. He's past De Jong as well as he racks a kite. He is past De Jong. Tierney across. De Jong footed in the box. Good challenge from De Jong. Referee says penalty. How is this a penalty? I don't know. Foot on the ball from De Jong. Referee says penalty end the half. I want to see this again. Oh yeah, he does. Just snaps the Palace player. I don't know why. And Joe Willock to score against Bazunu. And he does. Bazunu concedes on his Premier League debut. That's frustrating before half-time. 5-1. I think we will skip the second half, to be honest with you. 5-1, it's game over. But I'm really frustrated there. We couldn't come away with a clean sheet. Willock stepped up. Is De Jong really it? I don't know. 16 years of age. Expecting him to make progress. Expecting to be the man to, you know, fill in at centre-back. I think, possibly, a loan is in store for De Jong, because I don't think the young man's quite good enough, is he, unfortunately? I really don't. And that is half-time. 5-1. We will sim the second half. Why not? 5-1 up this side of Blitz Palace. A win, and the only little negative is De Jong giving away a penalty there right at the end of the game. So we jump to result, and it does finish 5-1. Willock's penalty was the final goal. No goals in the second half. It never tends to be when you skip to result. Phillips came on for Gundogan. Duda came on for Elise, and Raxakai off for Ayew. Palace actually had more possession in the second half. But see there, man of the match went to Raheem Sterling, a 10 rating. Isak not far behind with a 9.5. Stones as well, very solid at the back. So final game of today's episode, and is against third place, now fourth placed Arsenal. Manchester United have jumped up into third, Arsenal in fourth, only 1 point ahead of Chelsea now. The top 5 is pretty much confirmed, isn't it, really, for the rest of the season? I can't see Villa breaking into it now. It will be Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool and us. Liverpool are probably our biggest title rivals, 2 points off us. Chelsea, I don't think are in a title race. I don't think Arsenal are, and I don't think Manchester United are either, although a lot can change with around 18 games left of the season left to play. So this is the side for Arsenal today. Ederson back in goal. It's Cancelo, Lacroix, Diaz and Zinchenko in that back four. Phillips, Grealish and Nkunku in the midfield three. Kevin De Bruyne starts in front. And then it's Dusan Vlahovic partnering Gabriel Jesus on the bench. The goal scorers in the last one, Isak and Raheem Sterling, Cole Palmer, Rodri, Stones, Walker and Gavin Bazunu. So Manchester City versus Arsenal. Against fourth placed Arsenal, of course, they were second at one point and looking to the side that were the closest to battle with us the Premier League table. Obviously, we've seen how that has changed. We knew really in the end it would be Liverpool. Chelsea, I'm the most surprised at, because Chelsea not once have challenged us for the title. It always has really been Liverpool, and it looks like it's going to be Liverpool against this season. However, Arsenal, with a win here today and a couple of wins maybe over Liverpool and other sides, could start to catch us up possibly. Manchester United as well could be in there. So let's see how Arsenal line up today. It is Bern Leno in goal, Timothy Castagna, Chambers, Rapol and Nuno Tavares at the back, Samuel Lokonga and Coppermires in the midfield too, and it's Emil Smith-Rowe, Pablo Fornals the captain, and Dwight McNeil in behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Kalidou Koulibaly, Luka Jovic, Guendouzi, Florenzi, Xhaka, Balogun and Ramsdale all on the bench. That's a pretty good Arsenal squad. You can see possibly why they're so far up the table this year, doing pretty well, looking to get Champions League football. The main surprise is no Koulibaly in there starting for them. So Manchester City versus Arsenal. It is live from the Etihad Stadium. Is Nkunku, Vlahovic, De Bruyne, Nkunku. Looks to lay after De Bruyne. Might fall to Vlahovic. Leno in there. Vlahovic. Odd lot was going on there at the back. Arsenal get it away, and we are dominating Arsenal possession-wise. Zinchenko and chance-wise as well. Phillips, De Bruyne. Now come Arsenal forward. Calvert-Lewin waiting. Receives the ball, Calvert-Lewin. Zinchenko with a touch on it. It's not enough. Diaz has got to get across here. Diaz can't. Arriving is, I think it's Smith-Rowe. And Ederson makes the save. It's Cooper Myers, actually. Look very similar, don't they, with no in-game face. That's a poor cross, and Nkunku deals with it. And here is the Frenchman. They pass Cooper Myers, and then the second time, he can't quite get in the end of it. Dwight McNeil are controlling the game. It's slightly gone, but that's a good bit of play from Zinchenko. The counter now, Gabriel Jesus. Against Chambers, and tried to run it past Chambers. Didn't have the pace or the quality Raheem Sterling has in that position. There's a ball over top here. Chance for Arsenal. Good goalkeeping from Ederson. Still a chance. It's still alive here. Ederson's going to get back in his box, which he does do. And back in his net. Tavares. Smith-Rowe. Calvert-Lewin. Shouldn't beat Ederson there. He doesn't beat Ederson there. A weak shot really in the end. But Arsenal have got right back into this game. We're good in the opening, but we've dropped off. Nkunku. Cancelo. Well done. Calmly away. De Bruyne. Does work this wide to Cancelo. Good swing in. Jesus in there. Cleared away. Phillips attacks it. Brilliant. De Bruyne. Cancelo once more. Cancelo. Into Vlahovic again. Cooper Myers is there this time. Arsenal counter again. Nkunku. Clip ball up there, wasn't the right one. He's done well to nod it back down anyway, and that is half-time. 1-0 we do lead Arsenal, but at the moment, not good enough really. We should be more than 1-0 up really. They had a few chances, a little spell in the game, but we got back in control again. Jesus is having a slow day up top, and he has done pretty much all season. Lacroix. Out to Zinchenko. Jesus. Oh, referee. Late challenge on Gabriel Jesus here. As he played that ball through to Jack Grealish, it will be a free kick. I'm not sure I'll let Kevin De Bruyne take this one. Calvert-Lewin's off for probably Luka Jovic. Who else is good at free kicks? Well, no one's as good as De Bruyne. And I'm going to let Grealish take this purely because De Bruyne has been poor today. Grealish! Oh, it's off the crossbar from Jack Grealish. Arsenal still come forward. We win it back again. Phillips. Grealish. Jesus into Grealish. Back into Jesus. Intercepted one more time by Arsenal. Nothing is going through at the moment. Here's Dwight McNeil. Same for both sides. McNeil against Diaz. Into Luka Jovic. Into Smith Rowe. And Emil Smith Rowe could have scored the winner here for Arsenal at the death. Vlahovic has been poor. Jesus has been worse. Sterling's going to come on for Jesus. I think the final change will be Isak for Vlahovic. But Arsenal do score. Emil Smith Rowe. Great play from Luka Jovic up top. Wonderful hit from Emil Smith Rowe. We find ourselves 1-0 down to Arsenal here. And it is very similar to the Leicester City game. Jesus off for Sterling. We're 1-0 down. We're 1-0 down and we've had plenty of chances and we haven't scored. And the killer pass has just not been there today. Tavares. Phillips pressing. Not enough. Smith Rowe on the turn. Lacroix got interception. Manchester City can counter here. Dusan Vlahovic, how's your passing? What a pass from the Serb. Sterling. Got men on him here. Sterling. Cole Palmer with a hit. Blocked away. De Bruyne straight. Giving away again. De Bruyne is the one that's coming off, I tell you now. Palmer's going to drop deep. Sterling in behind. Isak up top. I cannot have De Bruyne on any longer. I can't think of a pass he's played to a man in a blue shirt here today. De Bruyne. First one he's done there. Grealish. Vlahovic. Oh, poor touch by him. Sterling. Vlahovic again. Cleared away. De Bruyne running against Smith Rowe. Palmer, well played. Sterling. Palmer. De Bruyne! Well, he's about to come off Kevin De Bruyne, but he could have rescued us a point here, the captain. 1-1, great hit. Assist for Cole Palmer. Good goal from Kevin De Bruyne. He knew he was coming off, so he goes and decides to score a goal. Embarrassed the manager Gallardo for taking him off. He's been shocking today, De Bruyne. But he's a player of quality that can do that, even when he's had a poor game. Still into Palmer. Palmer into De Bruyne. Wonderful hit from KDB. All level at 1-1. His 6th goal this season. And off he comes now. Alexander Isak as we push for that winner with the last 5 minutes. Isak. Sterling. Isak. Zinchenko. Zinchenko to the far post. Joao Cancelo in there into the hands of Bernd Leno. An Arsenal counter. Vlahovic. Into Jack Grealish. Wide here. Chance. Grealish with a swing in towards Isak. It's blocked. The cross. If the cross wasn't blocked, Isak would have finished that chance. Manchester City 1, Arsenal 1. We end the episode with a draw against 4th placed Arsenal. I don't know what that means to the Premier League table, but we'll know going into the next episode. Are we still top? Or are Liverpool gone top now? Thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And we'll see you next time.